Pleasant evening to you all. In today's news summary, during the Cabinet of Ministers meeting this morning, the Seychelles Civil Aviation Authority shared their challenges and future plans. They also discussed on the involvement of the Seychelles in the Combined Maritime Force to put measures in place for maritime security. Vice President Ahmed Afif gave details of these two subject matters during a press briefing this afternoon.
As you know, Seychelles has, as part of its obligations towards the Combined Maritime Force, we have committed to the Combined Maritime Force our willingness to help in the effort to bring greater maritime security. So, along with different countries, we've noted that several major shipping lines have now already suspended Red Sea operations. And this, of course, will have a severe impact on many countries, including the Seychelles. So we must do everything we can to ensure that maritime security continues to operate in the manner that it has been, so that goods continue to flow freely, that there is the freedom for all countries to navigate, and that security and prosperity of all the countries is assured. So we have simply said that as a country, we will also give a hand to all the others who are doing everything they can to ensure that ships navigate freely, as they have been, as they are allowed to under international law. The impact on Seychelles could be substantial, and here I'm thinking of the price of goods themselves, which can go up because of the supply coming short, and the supply can come short because goods will not move freely to the traditional areas where we import them from. Freight costs will go up because ships, if they do not use the Red Sea, will double the amount of the time they take to bring goods to the same place, and that will come with increased costs. So if the supply goes down, the freight goes up, the landed cost in Seychelles will go up. And this, of course, applies to goods, and particularly oil, which is also a significant import into Seychelles. So we believe that the country must do its part to ensure that we minimize that risk, and that if we're unable to contain it completely, then we must work out measures to ensure that the population, first of all, is alerted, and that we do take internal measures to ensure that whilst we will not be able to fight an inflation that comes about as a result of that, we will try to limit its impact on the population.
Seychelles has received a further donation of $100,000 from the Chinese embassy to assist homes, businesses, and institutions affected by the disasters of the 6th and 7th of December in both the north of Mahé and at Providence. Chinese ambassador to Seychelles, Mrs. Lin Nam, presented the check to Foreign Affairs Minister Mr. Sylvestre Radegon during a short ceremony at the Department of Foreign Affairs this morning. The Seychelles Bureau of Standards, SBS, which was a donation of the Chinese government, also affected by the explosion, will also benefit from this donation. Last week, the Chinese government donated 100,000 rupees to the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs to help the victims of the disasters.
A friend in need is a friend indeed. So today, on behalf of Chinese government, I would like to announce that China decided to donate $100,000 to support Seychelles people and the government in their efforts to rebuild homes and business, such as the renovation of Standard Bureau and other relief works. Today's donation once again demonstrates our brotherhood at challenging times. I'm confident that under the leadership of the Seychelles government and with the support of China and the other friends, Seychelles people will be united to rapidly recover from the disaster and rebuild their home as quickly as possible. The December 7th disaster once again proved that Seychelles is a country prone to natural disaster caused by climate change and face special vulnerability. China is willing to strengthen cooperation in capacity building, disaster prevention, and mitigation so as to increase the resilience of local people.
Ambassador, I would like, on behalf of the government, to thank you and through you, your government, for the support that you're providing to Seychelles. And again, this is another sign of the friendship, of the solidarity that China continues to show towards Seychelles, and more particularly now in Seychelles' hour of need. And certainly this will go a long way to, alleviating some of the issues that the disaster has brought about on the country.
The Seychelles Revenue Commission, SRC, has clarified on President Wavel Ramkalawan's announcement that businesses affected by the explosion at CCCL will have a grace period to lodge and pay their taxes. The Commissioner of Tax at SRC, Gayatri Shetty, explained that the 3-month grace period will last until the 21st of March next year.
There is extension period has been allowed for those businesses strictly affected from the explosion, which is affecting from December month for the applicable month of November, and for the month of January, payment January, and also February, which will be applicable month of January, will be allowed to pay their taxes by the 21st of March 2024. So when they do their payment of February, they do also allowed to make the other 3 months payment. They can accumulate and pay it by the 21st of March 2024.
The Seychelles Fishing Authority, SFA, has introduced a number of measures in order to encourage sustainable fishing of the spanner crabs. These new measures take effect today, the 23rd of December, and will be evaluated at the end of the spanner crab fishing season in October next year. According to the Assistant Manager of License and Permit at the SFA, Caris August, there are 3 main reasons to the introduction of these new measures.
The spanner crab fishery is considered as an emerging fishery. So by that we mean we have observed that more and more fishers are participating in the fishery. The second reason is that we've observed that the fishery is data poor in the sense that we do not have enough information to manage the fishery. So we've taken a precautionary approach in ensuring the sustainability of the fishery. The third reason is it was by popular demand by the fishers in the industry, currently participating in the industry. They asked for more serious measures to be put in place. They've noticed that most of the fishers are targeting undersized, and this is a concern that they had. It's undersized and buried females. So the SFA took it, as a regulator, took it upon us to regulate the fishery.
The Agency for Social Protection, ASP, has announced that as of the 1st of January 2024, it will no longer reimburse privately owned businesses, staff maternity and paternity leave. Instead, it will now only accept claims from self-employed and casual workers, which is in line with the budget announcement made on the 4th of November. The agency will pay all previous claims up to the 31st of December this year. Meanwhile, privately owned businesses can only claim 15 days sickness benefit annually as stipulated in the Employment Act. In foreign news, since yesterday, a torrential rainfall warning has been in effect in Mauritius. The island is experiencing heavy downpours in several regions. Yesterday, Mauritius was practically underwater. And with this, we end today's news summary. Thank you for your attention. Good evening.